Hi, I'm James Shillinglaw, and I'm here with Claudio Deli, who is the managing director of WTB Hotels. Now, what's that? Well, it's a hotel company that has a few different brands in mostly Italy. It is Italy. And a year ago, we interviewed Claudio in one of his hotels, the L'Orologio in Florence. And believe me, it was a lot nicer doing that than doing these Zoom calls. But we're happy to see Claudio here, and we're going to get an update on what's going on with his properties. And he also has a new program for travel advisors that we're going to talk about as well. And you're going to find out about all that and more on Insider Travel Report. Now, Claudio, first of all, it's great to see you. Where are you right now, and how are you?
My pleasure. Well, I'm in my office in Florence, a beautiful office with frescoes on the ceilings and overlooking the Piazza Santa Maria Novella, where most of our hotels are located in Florence. So great office in a great location. And well, Florence is my town, so I'm very happy and proud to talk to you from my office.
Well, I can imagine it's a wonderful place, and I have been to Florence many times. The most recent time was a year ago with you, and we experienced your property, and it was great to be back in Florence. Now, let's talk a little bit about, you are managing director of WTB Hotels. First of all, what does WTB stand for? And again, remind us, because our viewers may have forgotten, and what hotels and brands do you represent in Italy?
Right. Well, WTB hotels stand for Why the Best Hotels. We are quite new company. We started in 2004 with the first hotel, the Santa Maria Novella. And then in almost 20 years, less than 20 years, as you clearly see, we now own hotels, most of them located in Florence. But 3 years ago, we opened one hotel in Venice. And very soon, and that's the most important news for us, it's that we are going to open next spring one hotel in Roma. So actually, at that point, we will have the most important towns in Italy with one hotel of our company. We are a family-run company. We own all the buildings, and we manage directly with the family, the Fratini family. We manage all these hotels. I'm the first employee with the company, so I'm the first who have been hired to start the company together with the owner, of course, and I'm still here to try to grow the chain and the company.
Now, are all your hotels now reopened after the coronavirus crisis? It's sort of passed in Italy. And also, how did you deal with that crisis?
Well, not really. I think for Florence and for Venice, where we have two hotel L'Orologio open, I think we are within the first hotels that reopened, and that was back in the beginning of June. So we have L'Orologio in Florence that reopened the beginning of June. The hotel in Venice, still Hotel L'Orologio, that reopened. And now we have also the Santa Maria Novella Hotel reopened in Florence. So all the others are closed, like the Balestri, the Garibaldi, and they also are still closed. And we are looking, hopefully we are going to reopen beginning of September, where we expect a little peak in terms of bookings. So far we have 3 hotels that reopened.
3 hotels out of a total of what?
7.
7. Okay, 3 out of 7, not bad. And you're looking to open the other ones. Now, one of the hotels that I stayed in Florence, and then you mentioned other places where you have this, is this L'Orologio brand, which I always have a problem now, which is, I don't know why I can't pronounce this. It actually refers to a watch, clocks. And
True.
it is throughout these hotels you do carry through that theme, at least from the hotel if the hotel in Florence that we stayed in is any indication. Are you planning to grow that? You are growing it in Rome, and then
Yes.
are you going to grow farther, maybe, if that's possible?
Plans are that, as I said, Florence was the first opening, Venice was the second, and spring 2021 will be the third option in Rome. So yes, we would like to. With this problem, of course, we are trying to, freeze a little bit the situation and the plans. So we are, first of all, we are thinking to reopen all the hotels, and then we are thinking to expand and maybe grow and open something similar to l'orologio somewhere else. But first we have to react and try to solve this problem, and then thinking to. But the main focus, as you clearly understand now, is the opening of the hotel in Rome, which is a big deal for us. In this case, as you can clearly imagine, is we will get Rome, Florence, and Venice itinerary. So these are the three most important towns in terms of arts in Italy.
No, absolutely, and I do hope they'll let us back into Europe in time for the Rome opening. We'll see what happens. But now, when you're looking at a WTB hotel, whether it's the l'Orologio brand or the other hotels that you have, what are the things you are developing and looking for? What makes your hotels different?
Well, as I was mentioning you before, I've been the first employee, and I've been hired years and years ago, and I'm still in the company. And together with me, we have number two that was hired in 2004, number three, number four. So that means a lot for me, that most of our staff is still working with us. That means a lot for the company, a lot for the clients, a lot for the guests, and of course for our owners. The other thing, and that goes and match together with what I was just saying, is that owners are working on a daily basis with us. So we are owned by a family, so mother, father, and the son. So that are working on a regular basis with us. So that means that we are quite fast in answering, quite fast in solving problems eventually, and so on. And that makes a lot of difference. Just remember that we own buildings and we manage the hotels. So actually we are, everything belongs to the family. So
wow.
They really care not only of the management making money, of course, but of course they own also the building. So that means a lot also for that, because that's a big part of the deal, of course.
Well, in fact, that's normally everyone manages hotels or they own hotels, but to
Yes,
own
actually.
and manage was used to be the norm, but now it's a rather unique company.
Absolutely, that makes differences for us in terms of staff, but I think also for the guests, so they can see that they really care for their houses, because as they call the hotels as their houses, which is much different from many other companies.
No, absolutely. Now, let's turn to, you've actually developed some very strong connections with with U.S. travel agencies and the travel agency groups. I know you've been affiliated with Waterstone Marketing, and they've probably helped you somewhat to get into the market. And you also have affiliations with such groups as Travel Leaders and Signature and Ensemble. have U.S. travel advisors been successful sellers of your hotels?
I must say that our part of the cake, 50% comes from USA. So I've been traveling with Marcelo from Waterstone a lot, up and down to USA, and I've been in so many places. And I must say that I've been very lucky in meeting so many travel advisors, and they helped me a lot in developing my little company in your country, and they have been extremely helpful with my company, and always helping us with new openings, with new programs, with new ideas. They always help us a lot.
No, that's great, and I know that I first met. Saw you, I think I met you actually at a signature meeting or something like that, and you've been really an active participant in those groups. And sadly, this year we're not having those meetings, but except virtually. But we'll see what happens there. But one of the things is you do have actually a relatively new program for travel advisors to help to benefit them. Tell us, first, what is it called, and tell us a little bit about the program and how it works. And again, how it benefits travel advisors.
Yes. Well, beginning of the year, we were thinking to do something, and no crisis where, was just the beginning. So then we started to think and develop something together with Waterstone. Then actually, of course, we had these big problems. As everybody knows, Italy was one of the first countries that has been affected. And so then in many of the days that I was at home, just working from home, waking up at 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning. So I started to think to what we could do when everything was over. So slowly I spoke with my staff. Then I spoke with Marcelo, with Lynn at Waterstone, and so we started to build this program. It's called STAR, so it's a STAR program, but it's a support for the travel agencies and the travel advisors in USA. As I said, I'm very grateful to the market, so it means a lot for us. So what we wanted to do is really trying to help as soon as possible and as much as possible to build their business again. So what we had, as I was saying, discussing with Marcelo, so we found out a few little things that I think and I hope will help travel advisors to rebuild their business, and of course to help us and welcoming back US travelers.
Yeah,
that's it.
So what are some of those things that you're doing or trying to help them with?
True. See, first thing that I think it's interesting is that we were used to give a 10% of commission, which now is 15% to new bookings, to travel advisors that are making new bookings, of course, directly with us or through the GDS. So that's, I think, a very, very interesting point, which hopefully will help travel advisors to book us, but not only to book us, to again get their business back. So the other thing that we were putting together is advisors incentives in terms of complimentary nights. So booking our hotels, any of our hotels, so enriching 6 reservations, they get 2 free room nights, which they can, of course, use for themselves, or otherwise they can easily give to somebody else, guests, friends, or whatever. So then that's again, I think, quite interesting plus. Going on, flexible policies, and the other thing that we wanted to push is, I've been hearing that we are quite good in paying commissions to the travel advisors, of course, and that's a good thing for me to hear. But what we wanted to do is be more flexible, of course, with these problems that we had with the virus, but then be very, very fast in paying commission. So if we were quite good, we want to be better than how we were. So do it as fast as possible.
Okay.
So, and the other thing is that we are trying to guarantee as much as possible the upgrades in terms of booking. So if you book an entry level, so then you get the superior room in terms of going to from the starting point, then going up. Of course, there will be a few exceptions for, say, I don't know, exhibitions, shows, fashion shows, and so on, or very high season. But most of the period, I mean, most of the, from now on till the end of 2021, of course, there will be this kind of possibility. And another thing that I hope will everybody will like is we were used to meet and greet most of the American clients booked from travel advisors that we know. Mm. So, of course, this will remain unchanged. So, if possible, I will meet and greet clients. My staff, of course, my house manager or my assistant will be happy then to meet and greet them, to show the hotel around, to allow them to arrive to the rooms, show the property, and so on. But what we would like to do is do something special for the guests, but always on behalf of the travel advisors who recommended one of our hotels. So we are working on a little book giving tips of the town, giving special restaurant or special thing to see, or a special place where you can eat maybe the best ice cream that maybe not everybody knows and not so too touristic. So little tips, and this will be done on travel advisors' behalf. So
no, that's great. That's
little things that, and of course you can keep it, so you can pass on to a friends or whatever, or you can keep it just as a souvenir, or just good memories of your trip in Florence, in Venice, or soon in Rome.
Yeah, well, okay. The last one. I'm sorry.
No, the last thing that I want to mention is that travel advisors are booking clients. Maybe they know us. Maybe they can book directly. So their second, third, fourth trip to Italy, they can go to Venice instead of going to Florence, or they can book Rome. So what we would like to know if we recognize the travel agency. So if we can combine the guest with the travel agency, so we would like to recognize commission even on their second, third stay in one of our hotels, if they're staying with us, even if they're booking directly, so without the advice of the travel advisor. So that's again, a thank you to the travel advisor who had the chance to suggest us.
No, that's great. And all those planks are great, are going to be well welcomed by travel advisors here who obviously are kind of up against it now. And they are right now actively booking, from my understanding, travel for 2021 and 2022, in fact. Because we're all hoping that that's the way it's going to get out of this, is that next year will be a much better year because hopefully some solutions will be found to COVID, whether it's vaccine or treatments, and then people will get more comfortable traveling. And of course, we won't have the situation with the EU and the US with different quarantine periods, which has been a challenge for all of us. Now, and in fact, let me move from that. Is first of all, what are conditions in Italy now? Our understanding is you're really getting back to normal. You've gone through some phases of return, but what is it like now in Italy?
I must say that since beginning of June, things have really changed. So we are almost back to normality, if you can call normality, still wearing a mask. But I mean, generally speaking, most of the restaurants, at least the most important ones, are open. So we are missing what was a problem with the over-tourism. Now, I mean, that's for me, if you can, that's the good time to travel. So that's a best moments to travel because you can really experience the towns, not only Florence, Venice, and Rome, as I was saying, and really visiting beautiful towns without so many people. So actually, you go to the supermarket and you don't stay anymore online. So it's easy to go to bar, to restaurants. Of course, always paying attention, but I mean, it's quite back to normality.
But museums and attractions are now reopened?
Yes. Yeah,
so, well, I would love to be in any one of those towns, Rome, Venice, Florence. I mean, to be walking near the Duomo in Florence without the crowds, or in St. Mark's Square, again, without the crowds. It is an amazing experience. Unfortunately, we still, at this point, have the EU quarantine, and I gather they are reviewing it every few weeks, but right now in the U.S., we're not exactly welcome visitors or customers right now, because we haven't gotten our situation, unfortunately, under control. But hopefully later in the year we'll have that, and maybe the EU will seek to drop that quarantine period. Meanwhile, I'll just come over and quarantine myself with you in your one of your 3 hotels there. That I'll just bring bread and water out in front of my room, and I'll be happy for at least 14 days. But let's talk a little bit about, and then finally, is there beyond, you have got the STAR program, you've got the new upcoming hotel in Rome in 2022. Any other news that you want to tell our travel advisors out there? We go out to about 100,000 of them.
Well, actually, what I would like to say, it's a message from all of us. We really are missing our US travelers. We are missing our US travel advisors. And so we are very happy to welcome back US travelers in Florence, Venice, and again, as I said, soon in Rome. And so no bigger plans, beside Rome, which is a big plan for us, of course, opening a new hotel in Roma, but nothing else so far. So we are doing things slowly. We want to do it in a proper way. Let's say ready, to go back to normality before the coronavirus crisis.
Well, absolutely. We all hope for that, and I can't wait to get back to Italy. I was there for 4 weeks last year, and it was an amazing trip. It was hot that year. It was hot last year about this time. I don't know if it's that way this year, but it was a great trip, and you were an excellent host in
Thank
Florence, which remains one of my favorite towns. It's just such a wonderful, intimate city. Now, for travel advisors interested in finding out more about your company and also your program, like STAR, where can they go? Is it a website or something that they can get more information?
Well, the easiest thing, I think, is always refer to Marcelo from Waterston, which is our US rep. So it's a big and very important partner for us. And of course, ready to help you from my office, my staff, Laura, Maria Luisa, and so on. Everybody's happy to help all the travel advisors. And that's it.
Great. Well, Claudio, it was great to see you. I wish I was in Florence with you right now and we do this interview again. But
waiting for you.
I know. Next year, if we're allowed back, and we'll come and see. What month? What's the rough month in? Well, that's 2022 actually. So this is 2 years from now, right? Is the Rome property. So hopefully I'll be over there before then. But for 2022, you certainly want to see.
No. Actually, the hotel in Rome is going to open in spring next year.
Oh, next year. Okay, my mistake. And well, then I will come. Then I will come. There you go. We got a date there. So spring 2021, we'll take a look at your latest, and we'll be very eagerly to see that property. I can't wait to get back. And Claudia, it was, again, great to see you. And thank you so much for taking the time to spend with us.
Great pleasure. Great pleasure. Big ciao from Florence.
Excellent. I'm James Shillinglaw, and this is Insider Travel Report.